Highlanders might have a future All Black on their hands with Caleb Tangitau. He was absolutely back with a blast, especially in that first half. But the Waratahs, after seemingly being kind of dead and buried, they put in a heck of a comeback in the second half. But it was all a little bit too little, too late. We'll go through some of the key events and stats for this one. You guys can let us know your thoughts. But only 3 points in the second half for the Highlanders takes a little bit of the shine off this win, which does keep them absolutely in the race. They are breathing down the necks of the Brumbies at this point, are the Highlanders. So they needed the win and they got it. But yeah, just a little bit of that shine with that comeback from the Tars. Dominant scrum. Big scrum from the Highlanders, particularly in the first half, and some electric backs. Low, 2 tries from him, and they got it really early on as well. Like, they held out a bit of Waratahs pressure early, did the Highlanders, but basically first chance, and they took it. Like, their conversion rate in the first half in terms of getting into the Waratahs 22 and scoring points was electric. And it's these guys, Tavatava Nawai, it's Tangitau, finishing by low, but it's a combined backline effort from these guys. 7 points to 0. And I don't think they'll be too happy with some of the missed tackles, the Waratahs. They did miss quite a few in this game. Next chance is from a scrum advantage. The Highlanders scrum in the first half was pretty dominant. Lennox went with a quick tap. He's getting his chance at 9 once again, getting a start. He's looking like the best 9 in the Highlanders, isn't he? He is the danger man. And then Tangitau. I say he's got to be in the All Blacks mix, doesn't he? If he can stay fit. He beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. You could probably count it as beats 4 defenders on the road to the try line. And it wasn't just like gas like we've seen from him in the past. He was just fending off guys, a bit of footwork. Cracking stuff from Caleb. 14 points to 0. It is looking like real happy days for the Highlanders boys at this point. Miller went really close to a third. Put out in the corner. After who had a big line break for the Highlanders? Caleb Tangitau. He is an absolute weapon. So if not for that desperation tackle from the Waratahs, they are 3 tries down. But it didn't take too long to get it anyway. It was 21-0. When they got the third one, it's Ratu Maitavuki Nipkins with the third. And again, it's the bloody backs. And you feel like it's going to be a long day. Long day for the Tars. It's wide ball. Miller to low. And then offloading the tackle. Playing some gorgeous rugby, the Highlanders. You wonder, where's this team been? Are the Tars just that bad? Because some of this is just electric skills. Like, sure enough, they missed some tackles and whatnot, which you can look back on and review. But some of these passes are just slick. And the Highlanders haven't looked like this for a wee while. That being said, they did get to tell some cards. They got a yellow card for going off the feet at the breakdown. It seemed like a little bit of a harsh one on Tavatava Nawai, on a line break chance from the Waratahs. And the Waratahs were able to score pretty much immediately with that 15 against 14 opportunity. Suoli'i with the kind of basketball, netball pass out wide, and then Callaway finishes it off. So the backs are getting heaps of tries in this game, 21 points to 7, but then the Highlanders were not done, despite the yellow card. Jonah Lowe got one on the break of a Tangitau 50-22 from kind of turnover ball. They kicked it and he just grabbed it. They were trying to kick past him, but he got it. 50-22. He was doing everything in the first half, old Caleb. They won a couple of penalties at scrum time from that resulting field position. And then Timothy Tavatava Nawai with those direct carries finally finished by Jonah Lowe out wide. So 28 points to 7 at halftime. To be fair, both sides had kind of had an opportunity before halftime. The Highlanders went very close through Nareki, but they got turned over. And the Tars had like 2-3 minutes of just wave after wave attack, which the Highlanders defence just kept devouring. So 5-22 entries in that first half for the Landers and 4 tries. That is clinical, barring that Cam Miller one, which was also bloody close as well. Line breaks is 8-1. Defenders beaten 20-10. The Waratahs tackle completion rates at 70%. 70. They're missing way too many tackles. Second half, the Tars did get a much-needed try to start things, and it's Runaway who finishes it, but it's that man Suoli'i, who had kind of been one of the guys missing tackles in the first half. He's got a big A big part in it with his initial line break. Harvey's got a hand in it as well, but to see the big prop go over, good stuff from the Tars after seeming a bit, I don't know, like a bit laboured in that first half. So 28 points to 12. And then there's missed chances kind of both ways a lot. The Highlanders get a try TMO'd for a knock on. Then Nareki gets sin-binned for a high tackle. I thought he was relatively bent, but he rises in the tackle. And that one gets 20-minute red carded. I would have guessed, if you'd asked me to guess, it would have been, they always find mitigation. They always find he's falling or he's started low but he's rising last minute. They always find a way to mitigate down, but that one doesn't get mitigated. So I will colour myself a little bit surprised that that one did get upgraded. But during this 15 against 14 period, the Waratahs go very close, but Sid Harvey, who's having a great season, the youngster, has one of the all-time drops with the goal line in sight as Jorgensen tries to flick him the ball. It's a missed chance. They push close to the Highlanders line. Nawai gets himself a turnover to shut them down. Harvey goes very close again in the corner, but he's got a foot in touch. Chance. None of them taken. Finally, it looks like Suoli's gone through, but that one even gets TMO'd. So they got nothing going for them, the Waratahs. Like, they've got chances to score many a try with this man advantage. Eventually, they do get one through Halaholo, but it took some doing to make it 28 points to 19. Can they get a grandstand finish going? They absolutely can, because did I not write Sid Harvey's try on the board? Sid Harvey finally went through on what, like 76 minutes? It was a cracking lineup play. Sorry, there's one more try on the board, which I've forgotten to write down. But I don't know. It was nice. It was a great line-up play. He cut a great line, saw the mismatch with the man opposite him, and finally scored him after being in touch and, dropping a real sitter. But that gives us a real chance for a grandstand finish. The Highlanders had missed the penalty in the build-up to that one, to be fair. But with 1 minute to go, the Waratahs needed to chase the game. Who steps up? Timothy Nawai wins the turnover, which allows him to get a penalty, which Miller slots to make it 31-26. So it's pretty much curtains for the Tars season now, I think. But the Landers keep that lifeline alive on the back of a heap of defence in that second half. TK Howden, 21 tackles. Nicola Broughton, 20 tackles. Offensively, Caleb Tangitau. Dave Rennie better be watching him, man. 12 defenders beaten, 3 line breaks, an assist, a try, a 50-22. Dude was doing everything. 7 turnovers, 1 to 4, 9 line breaks to 7. Remember, those were pretty much all in the first half. Tackle percentage is 89, with the Landers making 207 attempted tackles. The Waratahs at 75% is poor, with 90 tackle attempts. Jorgo did have a bunch of meters, and like I mentioned, Harvey had a few line breaks, but yeah, they'll be a bit disappointed, especially with that first half performance, the Waratahs, where they were just looking a bit, let's see, but it's kind of just a reverse story, isn't it? Good first half, good second half, not much in it. The Waratahs will be away to Fiji next to play the Drua. That will be a tough ask, and the Highlanders are away to play the Chiefs, so tough ask. But anyway, you guys let us know your thoughts on the game. I thought it was pretty entertaining. Take care, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.